got a surprise for you. Mom, wake up. It's your daughter.
Yeah, in that car. What is it? What?
I made breakfast.
Oh. Oh, dear God, it's not my birthday, is it?
No, it's everyone's day. Like Mother's Day, only it's for everyone.
Oh, wow. So that means sourdough toast and chocolate syrup?
Better than boring maple.
Hey, honey, Cousin Kyle hasn't had your special breakfast.
You think I should wake him up?
Definitely. And be sure to do that eyelid pulling business.
Okay.
You just sit there eating your sugar snaps.
Thought I was sorry.
Well, let's hope that it's not Lauren's turn at show and tell today.
I'm pretty sure she went for my explanation.
We were playing horsey. She's a child, not an idiot.
Give me some child rearing books in an hour, I'll do better.
I thought people in AA weren't supposed to have intimate relationships.
It wasn't intimate, it was sex.
Well, for your information, we don't have sex in this house. Do we, Mom?
I have. In the past. To the best of my recollection. Jillian!
Have what?
Have sex.
Oh, come on. If it had been me up there having Viking sex and Lauren walked in, you would be all over me.
Oh.
You only wish.
I dropped Ned at preschool and I thought I'd stop by for some coffee.
Why can't Lauren learn to knock?
Because that's not how we live.
Oh, Amy, you don't seem too damaged by having walked in on your father and me.
That never happened.
All right, well, perhaps denial and repression will be as successful for Lauren as it has been for you.
I think sex should be outlawed in this house.
Oh, God, that is just so depressing.
I can help you find your own apartment.
Me?
No, Kyle.
Well, I don't think we're quite at that stage yet, are we?
Well, I think that depends upon Kyle and the lifestyle he intends to lead.
Well, I'm on my feet now, financially speaking. I guess I don't need to leech off my relatives anymore.
On your feet? You make barely $300 a week.
Oh, that's plenty. I am very good at this. I've actually considered a career in real estate.
Couldn't we simply put a lock on his door?
Or a lock on his zipper.
Thank you. I accept your kind offer. Although I'm pretty sure she went for the bucking bronco cover story.
Your Honor, the two juveniles before you, Nicholas Binkow and Terry Colonna, drove without valid driver's licenses and cut down road signs, which led to a very serious traffic accident. That accident has left a young father of two, Roy Luciak, comatose. At best, Mr. Luciak faces serious surgeries and many years of physical therapy.
Judge Gray, my clients don't deny their participation in an ill-conceived prank, nor do they deny that they borrowed a vehicle without permission.
It's an act which is sometimes known as grand theft auto.
The pickup truck in question belonged to Mr. Binkow's older brother, who has no intention of pressing charges. Furthermore, there is no evidence that my clients removed the particular stop sign which led to this particular tragic accident. These young people are the targets of an overzealous prosecution in a high-profile case, hence our motion to dismiss.
Yeah, Mr. Lynchburg, I'm leaning toward dismissal. Do you have any hard evidence that will persuade me otherwise?
Aside from the fact that the police found probable cause to arrest and my office found sufficient grounds to press charges?
Absolutely aside from those facts.
Yes, Your Honor. We have hard evidence of the vandalism charges.
So you're trying to piggyback the reckless endangerment? It's cheap.
I have here, Your Honor, a detailed map with accompanying timeline which indicate in tandem, beyond reasonable doubt, that these two were involved in the destruction of that particular stop sign.
Your Honor, that's not proof. It's a grade school geography project.
Your Honor, have you ever known a prosecutor to put this much effort into something that was frivolous?
All right, Mr. Lynchburg, I'll bite, but you'd better be very convincing very soon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Artist Hideaway just needs a little TLC to become gem.
Not so fast, my naive friend. Artist Hideaway means dark, disgusting cave. And TLC means needs to be cleaned and connected to the sewer system before being declared habitable. Now, here's something. Recently renovated loft. Open space with all new kitchen and fixtures. No security deposit.
Too good to be true?
You learn fast. I like that.
Mrs. Kreiner, it's my job to make a recommendation to the court as to whether or not you should be allowed to live under the same roof as your son while you're on parole.
Sure, you're worried I might kill him.
Should I be worried about that?
No, because I didn't kill the first one.
You may not have intended to kill your son when you struck him, but a court of law found you guilty of homicide. And the rules require that I operate on the assumption that the law is correct. I see you attended parenting and anger management courses while in prison.
For what they were worth.
Have your husband and son visited you regularly during your incarceration?
Some.
You think they'll be glad to have you home?
Ask them.
I will, Mrs. Kreiner. I wish you'd work a little harder to convince me that your return home would be a good thing for your family.
My son died. You people came and blamed it on me. You put me in prison. You tell my husband, my baby, the world that I'm a murderer. And now you want me to smile and gush about being sent home?
I was hanging out with a couple of friends when he comes over and starts beating on me with his club. Cheap shot, too, from behind.
Who?
Him. The psycho cop imposter.
Your Honor. No name calling, Mr. Stivers.
You asked me who did the hitting. I told you. The psycho who's pretending to be a cop.
Ms. Willings.
Mr. Stivers, what were you doing when Mr. Dunbar allegedly attacked you?
I got a broken arm, a caved-in head. I hear ringing in my ear all the time. What's alleged about that? Hanging out, not doing nothing.
Were you not, in fact, smoking marijuana?
I'm taking the fifth on that. What I wasn't doing was hurting anyone.
Were you not, in fact, selling drugs to 3 freshmen?
On the advice of my lawyer, I will not answer that question.
Did my client not, in fact, send your 14-year-old customers away, tell you to put down the marijuana cigarette and move on to class?
He couldn't tell me what to do. He's not a real cop.
But you didn't know that at the time, did you?
If I'd have known he wasn't a real cop, I would have stomped his ass instead of vice versa.
Like everyone else in school, you assumed Mr. Dunbar was an officer of the law when you defied him.
Doesn't matter what I thought. He's the one on trial for pretending to be a cop, not me.
Thank you for reminding us, Mr. Stivers.
You're lucky you didn't pull out a gun and shoot me.
Yeah. Aren't we all lucky that didn't happen?
Hey! Hold on. If you want to come in here, use the front door and check in like everybody else. Come with me.
Hey. It's all good. Man, what's that dude's name?
It's Brian, man.
Yeah, Brian. He said we can go out and have a cigarette.
He even gave us an ashtray.
Well, shut the window behind you, man.
Well,
And there's a closet full of not new but clean clothes.
I thought the fire escape was off limits. Did you give 2 guys permission to smoke out there?
Kyle, this is,
Anna.
Anna. And Anna's been out on the road for a while on her own, and she might be interested in some of our services. Are you hungry?
Yeah. Okay. Come on, we'll find you something to eat.
Now, Kyle, don't worry so much about the rules, okay? These kids have been through the mill with the rules. If you push too hard, they're just going to bolt, so just back off.
I think they're baked, Brian.
Well, let's give him the benefit of doubt.
What doubt? I'm an ex-addict. I know what stoned looks like.
Well, then you also know what they will and will not respond to. Hey! You see, the first sign of an overly authoritarian approach, and they rabbit.
Kyle, psst. I think I found something. Oh, this is so charming. Doesn't this have a nice feeling, Kyle? Do the windows open?
No, I painted them shut. Too much dust flows in.
You did this all yourself?
Oh, yes. I bought a bunch of magazines, El Decor, Beautiful Home. Can I speak with you outside? Thanks, but I've got to get out of here.
If my wife paid her debt to society, aren't we done with you?
Mr. Kreiner, if your wife was coming home to just you, I wouldn't be here at all. In this case, we have Jeremy to consider. He's what, 8 now?
He'll be 9 in 2 months.
While you believe in your wife's innocence in the death of your older son, you can appreciate our concern regarding her returning home. I need to ask Jeremy a few questions.
He has wrestling after school.
I made this appointment specifically to meet with Jeremy.
I guess I must have forgotten.
If you want your wife to come home, this is not the way to make it happen.
It slipped my mind, is all. I want my family back together. I have no doubts.
You may continue.
Well, we got our first call around 9 p.m. A young couple in a black Chevy S10 were seen drinking and making out behind the Quick Pick on Edgewood Avenue.
And did you send a car out to investigate?
Well, if we sent a car every time we got a report about teenagers drinking, wouldn't have time to piss. Breathe, Your Honor. Next, we got a report about kids riding in the back of a black pickup, disturbing the peace. Around 11, we got the word that a minivan and a moving truck had collided at the intersection of Bloomfield and Portage Road.
Here.
Your Honor, despite the lovely map, this is not adding up to a compelling case against my clients.
Convince me immediately, Mr. Lynchburg.
Your Honor, this is the site of the accident. These are the locations of the vandalized traffic signs. Incidentally, Officer Pinero, did you find the missing traffic signs?
Yes, we found 3 of them in the back of the pickup truck being driven by that young man.
All right, Mr. Lynchburg, now you have my attention. Miss Schooler, questions?
Officer, was the stop sign from the accident found in the back of Mr. Binkow's truck?
No, that one was left by the side of the road.
I see. And the signs that were in the truck, had they been knocked down?
Cut down. We recovered the saw from Mr. Binkow's truck.
And the stop sign, had that been cut down as well?
No, that one was knocked down.
No more questions, Your Honor.
All right. Well, we'll listen to defense arguments this afternoon.
This is the right address.
At the wrong time.
I'm so sorry. It sounded so perfect. It even had the large closet space you wanted and the southern exposure.
Oh, well. Anything else for me to see?
Well, why don't you stay with us? We have an extra bedroom.
Really? Would that be okay with Peter?
Don't be silly. I mean, I have to warn you, the room is right next door to Ned's, and, well, there's actually no door between them, and we keep a couple of Ned's toys in there, but he won't bother you.
You are so sweet to try to help me, but I can't impose like that. Besides, I think I have a lead on another place. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, if you give me the address, I'll check it out for you.
I don't have it with me, but when I go over, I'll give you a call.
Oh, all right. Fine. The one that gets away is always perfect, right?
Can you tell us, Mr. Farragut, how Mr. Dunbar, a 16-year-old high school dropout, got a job patrolling your school?
I thought he was a legitimate police officer. We all did. After an assault on school property, he presented himself, saying he'd been assigned to handle our security problems. He had a uniform, a badge, and a gun. I had no reason to doubt him.
At what point did you become aware that Mr. Dunbar was, in fact, a 16-year-old boy impersonating a police officer?
When he was arrested for the assault and battery of Robert Stivers.
No more questions.
Ms. Willings, questions?
Mr. Farragut, is it true that the school is being sued by Robert Stivers' parents?
Yes, which is why I was suspended as principal.
After the public humiliation and losing your job, can you give us your opinion of Philip Dunbar?
He's terrific. He was there first thing in the morning, greeting the students. Assaults and thefts in the school dropped. Loitering in the hall ceased. He made a difference.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Hey, it's me. Kyle from Keene Harbor, remember?
Spare change?
Where are you from? I'm not interrogating you. I'm making conversation.
Yeah, I know. You guys always want the sad story. I'm from the Midwest. My stepfather abused me and my mom didn't believe me and kicked me out of the house. I looked for love in all the wrong places and I ended up hustling to support my drug habit. Spare change?
Good job.
Want any more sordid details?
No, that was just about the right amount. Thank you.
And how about some spare change?
How about you give Keene Harbor another chance?
Do you remember your mother, Jeremy?
He was only 2 when she went away.
I remember.
And did you visit her in jail?
Yes, but it made her sad.
Why?
'Cause she didn't belong there. 'Cause she never killed my brother.
How do you know that?
My dad said.
A kid shouldn't have to go through life thinking his mother's a murderer.
How would you feel about your mother living with you again?
Good. She made me this.
What is that?
It's not what you think.
Jeremy, open your shirt, please.
You don't have to do this, son.
Yes, he does, if you don't want me to take him with me right now.
He's doing wrestling in school.
Do up your shirt, Jeremy, and get your jacket.
I didn't do this to him.
I am taking Jeremy with me, and then we'll decide what happened to him.
I didn't do this to him.
My brother died on the job. And they let my mom keep his uniform. One day I put it on and it fit me perfect. So the next day I reported for duty cross town at Franklin High School.
Why?
Nobody knew me there.
No, I mean, why did you decide to impersonate a policeman?
Thought I could help.
Well, there are a lot of ways to help, Mr. Dunbar. You could have delivered meals to the elderly. I want to know why you decided to put on a badge and a gun and tell people you were a policeman.
Well, my brother got a lot of respect. I saw the way people looked at him in that uniform. No one ever looked at me that way.
Okay, I'd like to hear about the day of the assault on Robert Stivers.
Well, I was on my mid-morning patrol of the perimeter when I caught a whiff of a pungent substance. I decided to investigate. And as I neared the area under the football bleachers, I observed the perpetrator in the act of not only smoking an illegal substance, but also selling it to minors. When I confronted him, the younger boys fled the scene, and I ordered Mr. Stivers to put down the substance. Instead, he took a deep drag and exhaled into my face while exclaiming profanities. And when he pushed me, I responded in the manner outlined in the state's police manual.
You subdued him with your nightstick.
Yes, that's correct.
And you never drew your gun.
No, I have never drawn my gun while on duty.
On duty? There's no duty. He's a freak in a costume.
It's not your turn.
Behave yourself in a court of law. Don't speak unless spoken to. Do you understand? I asked Mr. Stivers, do you understand?
I think I'm beginning to understand. Which is the most important thing, after all. Counsel, are we through here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll make my ruling tomorrow.
Come on. You don't knock it over too.
Hold on. You guys getting a little fresh air?
Yeah.
It's funny because the air seems fine to me. Is there something else out there you guys are looking at?
Nah, we don't know what you're talking about. Check it. Brian said that it was chill for us to go out there.
You're out.
Oh, man, who tried to beat you, King? Man, we are right. This is child abuse, man.
Brian, Oso and Benny were out on the fire escape getting high.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
I'll talk to them.
I kicked them out. I told them to come back when they weren't high or holding. I mean, what use are the rules if nobody follows them?
Well, what use are we if no kids come in here off the street? We're an oasis for these kids. All day long they get hassled and scared. Authority doesn't work for them. Sometimes we look the other way for the bigger picture.
If cops find out kids are using in here, they'll shut us down.
I'm not talking about this place turning into a shooting gallery. You gotta be pragmatic. This is the real world. When nobody's getting hurt, sometimes you look the other way. Because if we don't, we lose them. And if we lose them, the next stop is the morgue or worse.
Shouldn't they learn some respect for authority?
Authority only works for people who concede to it. These kids aren't the obedient type or they wouldn't be here.
Or maybe if they learn to follow a few simple rules, no drugs, no violence, then they wouldn't be here either.
You respect the rules. I admire that. But you were brought up well. I mean, regardless of what you've been through or what you've done, you were raised by human beings. Most of these kids were not. You got to remember, we're earning their trust back after every adult in their lives has let them down.
So what do I do? Go out there, find them, bring them back?
Well, that's the thing about this place, Kyle. Gonna get plenty of chances to get it right.
You stocking up for Armageddon?
You're free, right?
Yeah.
Well, my boyfriend left for California last night. Said he'd come and get me in a few weeks. Think I can hack it on my own till then.
Come on, you don't have a boyfriend.
Maybe I could stay with you?
I'm one step from homeless myself. I don't even know where I'm sleeping tonight.
Or I'll go to Florida.
You don't have enough money to get to Florida.
You could give me some money.
Why would I do that?
Well, I won't have regular sex with you, but I'll use my hand or my mouth.
Maybe we should find something a little less drastic and a little more tenable than prostitution.
Hustling from time to time is not the same as being a whore.
Why, you don't think whores can work part-time hours?
What?
The point is, there's a job board here. There's shelters. There are programs. You have a choice. Why don't you take a shower, put on some clean clothes, and we'll figure out what to do next.
What do I do with my pack?
What's in there?
My stuff.
I can check it for weapons or drugs, and we can stash it in a locker.
You're gonna go through my stuff.
That's the rules.
Forget it then.
Wait. Forget the rules. Put your knapsack in my personal locker. That way I don't have to go through it.
What do I gotta do?
Call home. Let them know you're at least alive. Deal?
It was just a joke.
You put down street signs for a joke? On whom?
Our football team. They got beat real bad, so Nick and I decided to do something to tease the players. Let them know how bad they played. We were going to cut down signs. Slow, children at play, do not pass, and turkey crossing, and put them on the field. Like a social commentary. But we never cut down a stop sign. What's funny about that?
And had you been drinking?
A little bit of beer, and that's all.
That's him.
Excuse me. What's going on?
Sorry, Your Honor, but the assistant state's attorney is dropping the reckless endangerment charges.
What are the police doing in my courtroom?
The victim of this prank, Roy Luciak, died this morning of his injuries. These two are to be arrested on manslaughter charges.
Oh, my God.
Not in my courtroom.
Your Honor.
Not in my courtroom, Mr. Lynchburg. I have no choice but to terminate these proceedings. Mr. Lynchburg, I hope in your next day in court you have more than the circumstantial evidence that you've provided in this hearing.
Well, all due respect, Your Honor, that depends on whichever judge is assigned the manslaughter case.
We killed someone.
Nikki, shut up.
I was driving. Smashed into that stop sign. It was me.
I mean it, Nikki. Stop.
Stop speaking now.
No! The guy died. We knocked over that stop sign, and now he's...
Nikki!
He's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Would that be my lunch?
Lunch becomes community property after 4:30 p.m. That's common knowledge. Besides, it's tuna. I was afraid it might develop botulism and kill you.
All right. You don't have to move out of my house.
Pardon?
Was that why you're here? All I require is a little discretion. Sneaking girls out of the house before dawn is a time-honored tradition, or maybe you should just go home with them and save us all a lot of heartache.
No, I'm sorry. I sort of forgot about living arrangements.
Then why are you here?
I guess I'm confused about work.
Confused?
Yes, I can't tell when I'm being manipulated or whether someone's lying to me or whether someone's actually trying to reach out.
Do what your boss says.
Yeah, I tried that. It just does not sit well with me.
You're you. He's not. Anything else?
Yeah, you gonna let Killer Mom out of jail so she can raise her second boy?
That is a confidential file.
We're in the same business, basically, and besides, it's obvious I'm a little low on experience.
I removed the second child yesterday. He was covered with bruises. The father said wrestling practice.
Wow. You think the father beat the first child to death and the mom took the rap?
I don't know. Either way, neither one of them is fit to be a parent. They just don't feel like abusive parents to me. Or maybe my instincts are becoming dulled.
Well, what if you aren't losing your touch?
I didn't say anything about losing my touch. I said my instincts were becoming dulled. There's a difference. The boy was covered with bruises.
There have been a couple of studies recently regarding S protein deficiencies. Widespread bruising, possibility of brain hemorrhage. Isn't that what killed the first boy?
Yes?
I read it in the New England Journal of Medicine. Maybe it's worth checking out. You have the boy in DCF custody, you just order a blood test. What exactly is the difference between losing touch and dull instincts?
If you were the least bit curious, I would explain it to you, but since you are simply mocking me, you may wallow in ignorance for the rest of your life.
Where'd you sleep last night?
In the shelter?
Ah, I trusted you, did not look inside the pack. Now you have to live up to your end of the bargain.
What am I supposed to say?
Start with, "Hi, Mom, I'm alive." See where it goes from there.
I hate my mother.
My advice is not to lead with that particular piece of information.
Kyle!
Yeah.
Is this a good time?
Sure.
Listen, the other day when you said you knew a place, I knew you were just trying to get me to back off. No, it's all right. I know I can be a little gung-ho. I just have one more idea, and then I'll leave you alone. I promise. Can I tell you my idea?
Of course, Julian.
If you don't mind sharing, Vincent's old roommate still hasn't found anyone.
Vincent's place?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a little weird?
Yeah.
I mean, Amy would go berserk.
No, you're right. It's too single white female. I should take a hint and back off.
I don't want to be Vincent.
Oh, no one thinks you do.
I can't just move into his old life.
No, of course not. I'm sorry.
I mean, Amy would go berserk.
What was that?
More first-rate work by Kyle McCarty.
One day, Philip Dunbar put on a uniform and a badge and a gun and presented himself as a police officer at Franklin High School. And by all reports, he did a terrific job. He was well-liked and just and respected. He made a difference. Robert Stivers may or may not be a drug dealer. I think he probably is. And Philip Dunbar confronted him as such. In the ensuing melee, Philip Dunbar used his nightstick to subdue Robert Stivers, and in doing so, injured him. Perhaps your intentions were laudable. I think you probably wanted nothing more than to impress people. But the truth is, you impersonated a police officer. You didn't earn the respect you so clearly crave. You simply put it on like a set of clothes. But all of that pales next to the reality that every day, for 8 months, you carried a loaded gun into a high school full of kids. For 8 months, you posed as the first bulwark against danger. But in reality, as you demonstrated in this very courtroom, you were the danger. Robert Stivers is proof of that. Philip Dunbar, I find you delinquent on all counts and sentence you to the new juvenile facility until your 18th birthday.
Your Honor, surely you're being a bit harsh. This is basically a good boy.
No, Miss Willings. He's a well-liked boy. Here's the difference.
What's up, my man?
My stuff is gone.
Somebody broke into your locker?
Not exactly.
Well, how'd they get the combination?
I trusted someone.
Anna? You let Anna borrow your locker?
Yeah. I trusted her.
Man, when I said to trust these kids, I didn't mean with your personal property. I mean, these street kids will run off with anything that's not nailed down. The worst thing is, we'll never see her again because she burned you. It's a double penalty, bro.
God, I'm in quicksand here. Do I obey the rules or bend them? Are there even any rules to follow, or are they just suggestions? How the hell do you people function?
How much did you lose?
Shirt, a couple of library books. Most of my paycheck. I'm looking for an apartment. I figured, what with the security deposit and all.
Ouch, my brother.
This test proved that my dad doesn't beat me. Why can't you just believe me?
Jeremy, sometimes children will defend their parents no matter what.
What's wrong with him?
Well, it's not an emergency, Mr. Kreiner. I arranged for Jeremy to be tested for a protein deficiency that may explain the bruises.
Would that prove I don't hit my son?
He's never hit me. I told them, Dad. He's never hit me, not once.
Mr. Kreiner. This is the first time ever I find myself hoping that a child has a medical condition.
I thought I was helping someone, but it's all very confusing. And the upshot is she stole my wallet and all my ID.
Oh, that is cold.
So in over my head at this place.
Yeah, I don't mean to be cruel, but if you don't have any money, how do you intend to pay your rent?
Oh, I can make rent. What might be difficult is a security deposit. This month, anyway.
Hello.
Judge Gray, a truly horrendous act has been perpetrated. A homeless girl stole Kyle's wallet right out of his locker.
Oh, how'd she get the combination?
It's a long story.
Kyle heard that I have a room for rent.
Having some trouble finding places?
I admit it's a tighter market than I imagined.
Oh, too true. Too true. You know, I could have my pick of any number of tenants.
So I guess what you want is to not move out of my mother's house.
Why? Would you let me stay?
Hey, it wasn't my idea for you to leave. You offered.
Actually, Jillian offered.
I haven't said yes yet. It's a complicated process.
You think I will beg for you to stay at my mother's house just so that you won't take Vincent's place at Donna's?
You were a paranoid girl, now you're a paranoid lady.
Well, you were a manipulative kid, and now you're a manipulative man.
If my mentor says no to this arrangement, then I'll have to rescind my offer.
Oh, no, Donna. Your mentor says absolutely yes to this arrangement.
She does?
There are still a few details.
You know, all you had to do was ask. Kyle, maybe promise not to have sex in front of my daughter, but no, you had to work the angles. How soon can he move in?
Well, that depends on how the interview goes. Thrombophilia?
That's correct. It causes excessive blood clotting.
Is Jeremy all right?
It's treatable. Jeremy can lead a fairly normal life. He's going to have to give up wrestling, and it would be better if he wasn't struck.
You mean by me?
Yes, Mrs. Kreiner. I mean by you. Genetically speaking, there's a very good chance your older son had this disease.
Oh, my God. For 7 years, I have been in here, away from my husband and my baby, and they accused me of beating my son to death, but I always knew that they were wrong. That I was not a murderer, that I did not kill Dale. I just gave him a little slap. Oh, my God. I did kill him. I am a murderer. I killed my son. Oh!
Mrs. Kreiner, you are not a murderer.
I am. He had this disease, and I slapped him, and then he died.
The disease killed him, not you. I'm going to recommend that you be allowed to rejoin your husband and your son.
No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't be allowed anywhere near him.
I'm going to recommend that you be allowed to make a family again, because that's what Jeremy deserves. His mother and his father. I wouldn't make this recommendation if I thought you were a murderer. I don't think that he should be motherless any longer, do you?
You are employed.
Yes, I was robbed at work. Ergo, I have employment. To be at work.
Would you describe your prospects as good?
I don't murder someone or get murdered. I'd say they're iffy.
Do you smoke? Say no.
Yes, I smoke, but only outside. I started in rehab.
Rehab? You some kind of druggie?
I'm a recovering addict. How's this interview going?
What drug?
I got into pills when I was in residency.
You a doctor?
Technically.
That could come in very handy around here. Do you feel any chemistry?
Chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, we have to feel some kind of, neurons firing. Don't you think? We're gonna live together.
Oh, neurons, yeah. I feel them.
Welcome to Shea Kozlowski, Kyle.
I had a 3-flavor day.
I had a 5-flavor day.
Well, we only have 3 flavors. That'll have to do then. I almost let a kid guilty of manslaughter go free.
I informed a mother she had inadvertently killed her child.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, is a young boy guilty of a school board member's murder? Find out on Law and Order, next on TNT.